I want to get a photo with someone in it, so I might try and ask someone if they can pretend to go in it. Excuse me, would you want to help me out with a photo? Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
We need to get a diff. Do you want to get a diff out for him?
For your intro, you need to boom this.
Do we?
I think so.
I just kind of want to shoot this intro on the Ari.
Action.
Alright. Hey, how's it going? So, whenever I usually do street photography, I'm usually using the best of the best, like all the Sigma lenses. Today, I want to try something out. I want to try and shoot some street photography on a vintage lens. I've got an old Nikon lens here. I don't know how it's going to work out, but there's only one way to find out. Every time I come into the Dynamic Visual office, it's just hectic shit. Let's go out and take some photos. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we've got some nice harsh sunlight. It's creating some nice shadows. The lens that we're actually using is a 35mm Nikon. Yes, it's a Nikon lens. I don't care what you're gonna say. Haters are gonna hate. I've never used this lens. We've got an adapter so that I can put it on my Sony. But yeah, other than that, let's just start shooting some street photography. It's so funny, like using this manual focus it's actually quite hard because although I do have the focus peaking on, it still isn't completely accurate and it's hard to find the exact focal point. Like usually with Sonys, it will automatically zoom in and focus, but for some reason, whenever I manual focus, it's not registering that it's manual, so it's not automatically zooming in, which makes it harder. I want to try and get a shot of someone walking by here. It's a waiting game. Excuse me guys, would it be alright if I took a photo of your dog? Is that okay? Hey! Hey! I love doing that. I love just going up to random people with pets and asking if I can take a photo. It's hard to shoot dogs sometimes because they're constantly moving. That was a bit easier because the dog was a bit more still, and like using this lens with the manual focus, it was a lot easier to get the right focus. There's this cool like old-fashioned vintage photo booth here. I want to get a photo with someone in it, but I don't think anyone's going to go in it at this time. Like there's not that many people. Probably going to be hard if I just try and wait around, so I might try and ask someone if they can pretend to go in it. Excuse me, would you want to help me out with a photo?
Oh, no problem.
I'm just trying to, I really like how this looks here, but I want to get someone in there, but I've been waiting and no one's in there.
It's because the homeless people use it as a toilet, babe. That's why
Oh, really?
and they just piss
Oh,
in
okay,
there.
well then don't, maybe don't do that. Nice, hold there. Maybe look to this way. What are the chances of that? That's why I love just going up to like people you just meet on the street, because you never know like who someone is. I learned 2 things just then. Firstly, don't be afraid to go up to strangers and ask them to model. They're either going to say yes or no. That's the worst that's going to happen. And 2, that photo booth is actually used as a toilet, so probably not going to get someone to stand in there. Shooting with a fully manual lens, that's something different. I like changing it up because then you start to use different parts of your brain, and then that just unleashes new creativity. It releases new creativity. All right, let's check out some of these photos. Obviously it was really hard to get them in focus, but this lens is so sharp. I really loved using this. Like, we use one of the presets, sign, put the exposure up, in the temperature. Nice. Next up we got this guy on his bike, like his motorbike. This is one of the shots that I got in focus, which was cool. So with this shot, I'm actually surprised I got this in focus because as he was walking towards me, I was walking towards him, which meant that the focal distance was changing, but I still managed to like quickly move the focus wheel and get it sharply in focus. Just chuck the grainy preset from my new preset pack. I'm going to be editing all these photos with the new preset pack, by the way, so if you want to grab them, the link's in the bio somewhere. You'll find it. I don't like how his jacket is now aqua, so we can just change that by just going to the blue tab and sliding that to the right. give it a bit more saturation and bring down the luminance. Well, we've got this photo of this intersection here, which I thought was fully in focus, but it's just clearly fully out of focus. So the joys of using a fully manual lens. We saw this dog for the next shot. The first couple of shots here are just out of focus because the dog was like jumping up at me and everything. But then the owner actually stood behind me and said to the dog like, oh, you want to go for a walk? And then the second the owner said that, the dog's ears just perked up and was like still, because it was so excited to go for a walk. So we ended up getting this good shot here. Nice and in sharp. In sharp. Not in focus, it's in sharp. So with this shot here, there's a couple of things I like about it. I don't know, it's a nice composition, if I don't say so myself. I like how these buildings are sort of leading towards this one focal point. It's got that leading lines, which I spoke about in a couple of videos ago. I also like how this light pole is just so long and it just is in the frame at the top. Like we still managed to get the top of that in. And then we've got the guy here who's just walking by mid-step. And as well as that, there's the tram behind him, and because it's the yellow part of the door, like it means that the guy's actually standing out, as opposed to this photo here where there's just the normal background. There's no real contrast between the background and the person walking. These next shots are by far my favorite from the shoot. I'm happy that I went up to a random person, even though sometimes it can be nerve-wracking. You might feel like, oh, I don't know if I should go up to them just in case they say no. Every time I've done it, it's built up that courage muscle. So now whenever I go up to someone, I'm really not feeling that nervous or anything. It's sort of normal. This is the first shot we got here, and the model's name, or the stranger's model's name, is Natasha. First of all, if you're watching, I don't know if you are watching, Natasha, thank you for modeling. I would have liked her to be inside of the photo booth, but obviously because of the whole pissing thing, I'm not going to make her go inside of it. I like how she's standing outside here. We got the next shot here. She's got her chin up a bit more, and it's cool how the dog's here as well. But my favorite photo by far is this one here, for sure, because, you know, she's smiling. Even the dog's just chilling. You know, he's got his tongue out. This is like a bit more of a natural photo. It's a bit more candid. I think I said something stupid and then she laughed. Or maybe she's just laughing at me. I don't know. I can't remember. But if you want to see the rest of the photos from the shoot, follow me on Instagram at 7thEo, because I'm going to post the rest of them up there. And I'll put some of them on my story. But that's all for today's video. If you did like it, remember to leave a like. Help me out by hitting subscribe. And as always, don't think, just do.
Repetition, sharp and blaze.
Excuse me, do you reckon I could get you to model? Sweet. Perfect. Yep, you're doing good. Nice. Alright, see ya.
Me, she my serving up every single plate. The hottest in the season, even summer looks away. Cause I got something to prove. I'm here cause I pay my dues. So please tell me something new. I'm in the